gas chambers. They're gassing them at the detention centers. Listen to this. A detention center outside of Denver, Colorado is starting to use gas on the detainees in there. They're gassing them.
Imagine one moment you're driving in traffic and the next is a flaming unmanned systems crashing down in front of your truck.
They're one of those reasons you don't whistle in the woods at night. Lumberjacks from the early settlers used to see them, and now they're hiding behind telephone poles in the city. Because that's for sure what that is.
Hunting influencer has died in a car crash just months after destroying a religious statue to see if she'd be cursed.
People don't know how insidious and how involved witchcraft is in our world.
What's good with the collective? Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up, and subbing up. If you new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. This is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate you if you're watching ETV, whatever the case is. I wish it was smooth 7. Might be a trigger warning or 2. Hope not. Don't forget to hype and share the video as well. But I appreciate y'all, man. Let me know what y'all want to see more of so we can go ahead and bring that to y'all. Let me know, but I ain't gonna hold you. Y'all know what it is. Let's get straight to the video, man. Let's go.
So this video is going viral and has people questioning whether it's real or not. And I'm here to tell you, it's real. Meet the maned wolf. It's a wild species of canine that you can only find in Central and South America. And if you can't tell by those super long legs, it's the tallest canine on planet Earth. They stand around 3 feet tall at the shoulders. They could stand around 6 feet tall on 2 legs. That's taller than me. But I wouldn't worry about it, because unlike most canines, 70% of their diet is plants. That makes them the least carnivorous canine in the world. I'm not sure if that's a flex or not. On top of that, they're also extremely rare and elusive. They're almost never seen by humans. According to researchers, they avoid humans at all costs. So actually seeing one would be your lucky day. Moral of the story, again, this is really real. And I'm really jealous. And as always, follow for more facts.
That shit look crazy.
So you came to eat a 13-year-old boy's ass today, right? Mm-hmm. How come? I'm bored. You're bored? You're bored? You want came to eat a 13-year-old boy's ass because you're bored? You think that's the right answer?
No, it's not.
This came to a 13-year-old boy.
Crazy.
File.
I know where you're from.
You did that shit because you was bored? You said you was bored?
No.
You still bored? You want to find something to do? We can go outside and find something to do real quick, right?
No, I'm just going.
So why'd you come to eat this little boy's ass? Huh? I just smacked you. You can call the police. And then we can both show him what we got. You can show him swollen ass face, and I can show him the messages you trying to eat a little boy's ass.
Damn, bro. I heard the whistle from his hand before it smacked this shit. I heard it. It was like... we gonna vibrate higher today. I mean, that was a well-deserved slap, though. Like, oh, I felt the pleasure in that hit. Like, that shit was crazy, bro. Like, look, we gonna vibrate high, but we gonna be honest, too. We not lying. We working on ourselves. We healing. That's some crazy shit. And the more he repeated it, it was like, oh, damn. You see the people in the back thinking this shit funny? not gonna lie, when I first saw the Eclipse videos, I thought they was all fake.
Christopher Nolan's brother was a political assassin. He was a hitman, and he went under the name Oppenheimer.
No.
Yeah, so Christopher Nolan, Oppenheimer movie, so that all the Google search results, Nolan, it would no longer show his brother. Literally just show the movie that he made.
Yeah.
Because his brother, like, he's a political assassin. He's a hitman.
Yeah.
And there's so much articles and stuff about him. So if you were to Google Christopher Nolan,
yes,
his other brother also makes movies.
Uh-huh.
But the third brother,
no one knows
is a
about
hitman.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you search up Oppenheimer, Nolan before,
that's insane.
it would show the brother about all the he's done.
Oh my. Oppenheimer was a hit though.
He probably did it because he wanted to do it anyway.
Yeah, extra, yeah.
Maybe it's a coincidence, or maybe it actually is to cover up his bro.
Yeah.
This is my theory. Maybe some of the victims that he, took out were a little bit important in that time.
Oh,
you hear what I'm saying here?
Wow.
I don't know. This is just allegedly. This is just theory.
I've never heard of this until right now.
Gas chambers. They're gassing them at the detention centers. Listen to this. A detention center outside of Denver, Colorado is starting to use gas on the detainees in there. They're gassing them.
Maybe being gassed in a concentration camp. It's August 10th, 2026, 5:10 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Just a few hours ago, I received this message from a friend who is in contact with people being held in the Geo concentration camp on the Denver city border. Almost like the map was drawn to pass just inside the borders of this federally contracted facility. I've been getting calls from people inside, my friend writes, and their families about a serious issue in Geo. Last night and the night before, a sulfuric odor started to come out of the air ducts on the north section. Geo sealed them, the people, into metal cells with no ventilation and no access to phones from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. This is less than 48 hours ago. At 10:30, a person detained inside activated the sprinklers. The fire department was notified but didn't come because Geo said it was just sewage. When I talked to my friend inside the next day, I could hear people frantic in the background. He said they can't stop coughing and they have bloody noses and can't breathe. I contacted a member of City Council and Jason Crow's office. I contacted 911 and the fire department went over. Everything had been cleared out by Geo by then. The council member sent me an update from the fire department saying everything was fine. Today I received a message from a friend. They said they were sealed in with noxious air coming out of the vents, no phones, and when they asked for help, the guards laughed at them. Today I spoke with the battalion chief of Aurora Fire Rescue. He said Geo gave them a tour, no gas noted, but if people feel sick, they need to just ask the staff for help. I told him that the staff just laughed at the people when they asked for help, that they are literally being sealed into gas chambers and someone is going to die.
I'm gonna look into that too.
Alright guys, so this is the latest Audi commercial telling us that the earth is flat. Now I want you to watch this. I want you to have an open mind here.
We've been sold a spectacular lie. They told us the world was a series of jagged, vertical trials. Against elements, inclines, against gravity itself. But our reality isn't defined by terrain. When your confidence holds this firmly, the earth is flat.
Now I know all the programmed NPCs are going to be like, bro, it's just a commercial, come on man, but this is not the only time that they've done this, and they do this on purpose because they need to tell you the truth. I keep going?
No, surely this is the right spot. Look at this. This area is filled with books about pretend people.
That's right, Grover. This is the fiction section. Fiction means it's a made-up story. Oh, hey, Elmo, I bet we can find your Galactic Gale comic book here. This is the fiction section. Fiction means it's a made-up story. Fiction means it's a made-up story.
Fiction means it's a made-up story. Look, guys, I can see clearly. I know what they do. They hide God's true creation. They make you stupid, obedient, weak, and submissive. All of our ancestors told us that we live under a firmament on the flat, stationary earth. The Bible told us this, and you believe NASA, a spinning ball that defies all laws of physics. It's fiction. It's a made-up story, just like Elmo told you. This is the biggest lie that's ever been sold. It's impossible. Real truth to everything is found within. Peace and love.
A ghost hunting influencer has died in a car crash just months after destroying a religious statue to see if she'd be cursed. 24-year-old Zhang Sharu filmed herself smashing a figure of a Buddhist goddess for her 1.3 million fans as part of an anti-superstition challenge. While travelling back to Guangzhou in a rideshare car on July 15th, the vehicle was involved in a disastrous crash, leaving her with severe injuries. Despite doctors fighting for a month to save her life in intensive care, an official from her home village confirmed she passed away on August 10th. An investigation is ongoing.
Mike Myers was held captive for 23 years inside of this cat-in-a-hat costume and kept inside of a glass box against his will. He went crazy, he escaped, and now they're auctioning it off, according to this creator. I'm also not convinced that that is the mask that was worn by Mike. So if you live inside of a box and you haven't heard yet, they are auctioning off a cat-in-a-hat costume. They claim it was worn by Mike. It has grime on the face as well as matted fur, which isn't crazy because it's partially made from human hair. Here are 3 people brushing him. So that creator has been posting about a conspiracy theory, and I really cannot tell if he's trolling or not, but the comments are definitely not trolling. And people think that Mike Myers, or possibly somebody else, has been held captive inside of this suit. Some people think they have like a tube feeding him and that he just has no choice and he's stuck inside. People who have been to the museum have claimed that his eyes will follow you, and then once he realizes you're looking back at him, that the eyes will just go straight back. People have pointed out how just realistic it looks. It doesn't look fake like a prop. It looks super real.
Y'all believe in this one? I took that rabbit hole. I don't know.
So apparently hide-behinds have made their way out of Appalachia, and they're in cities now. I don't know if y'all have seen this viral video, but this is a hide-behind. There are these weird creatures in Appalachia that'll hide behind trees and lure people to them so they can snatch them up. And these things have been documented throughout America's history. Native Americans talked about them. They're one of those reasons you don't whistle in the woods at night. Lumberjacks from the early settlers used to see them, and now they're hiding behind telephone poles in the city. Because that's for sure what that is. They're said to move like shadows. They're tall and lanky. They have long, slender fingers, long, slender arms, for obvious reasons, so they can hide behind trees and stuff. Usually you can only see their arms and hands. Nobody's really actually seen their full bodies because they hide behind things. And this thing just fits the description. So yeah, they're making it out of the woods and into the city. What would you do if you saw something like this walking home? Let me know.
Try to run. Try, you heard him pray.
My boy just told me that the guy that he cut was not human. Whoa. I told him, what do you mean he's not human? He said that he didn't feel like he was human. He felt, and he said he nicked him on accident on the back of his neck, and he didn't even bleed. And he said that his body temperature was cold. And that's weird. You know, I have you guys ever experienced that? Because, dude, honestly, I would shit bricks. Like bricks, like logs will be coming out, you know. I don't understand. I've never had an experience like that with a supernatural encounter being a barber, but sometimes, you know, you do stay by yourself, you know what I'm saying. You lock up the shop by yourself, you're doing stuff by yourself, you open the shop by yourself, and you know, it can be dangerous. Stay safe. Let me know your experiences.
Imagine one moment you're driving in traffic and the next is a flaming unmanned systems crashing down in front of your truck. Now, from what I've been able to find, this was recorded on, it was close to Kyiv or near the Kyiv region. And apparently it was recorded on August 12th of 2026. But this is just one of those things that's like a casual reminder for me personally. It's like, hey, I can drive down the street and not have to worry about this. You know, what a strange time to be alive, especially for people that are living in regions where this is something you have to consider when you're driving down the highway.
AI or no?
There's a crazy case out of Philly right now. I don't know if you guys are following it. They're calling it the House of Horrors. Possible. We're not sure yet. This is just popping off. They had a press conference today. So Eugene Horsch, who lives in the house, is in custody. He was arguing with somebody, I think, outside the home. Park rangers stopped him, and he had a fake DEA badge on him. They took him into custody. Since then, investigators have been searching this home and found 600,000 images and 70,000 videos. Within these images and videos, they have found 3 missing women that were alive at one point in these images and videos and then deceased. Now, within the home, they have found multiple urns with remains inside. They've removed more than 20 containers of an unknown oily substance inside. There's a makeshift lab in the home. So far, the missing women that they have found connected to this investigation are Maribel Fressis, Blair Tanzelli, and Amy McHale. The house is located in the 400 block of Chew Avenue in the Olney neighborhood of Philly. Obviously, I'm going to keep you guys posted on this one.
Philly, let me know some in the comments.
There are people that keep saying the government's going to take me out for showing you this. Gee, I appreciate the support, guys, but I'll let you be the judge. This is the Piggy Power Ember. You place it on something like this candle here, a 3-wick candle, something like that, and you run a little bit of water through it. Right now I'm using a small 1-watt pump, but you could use a natural thermosiphon, gravity, whatever, right? And when you have that temperature differential, it makes electricity. Right now you can see it's powering that 10,000 milliamp hour battery bank, and on top of that we can also do a cell phone. And we still have room for one more device. Netanyahu's calling, oh God! Anyway, if you'd like to get your hands on this one or any of my other larger units, please visit officialpiggypower.com. Thank you and God bless.
When Shaq heard that LeBron James was going to be taking helicopter to get around, you could see the shift in his facial expression, bro. It's like he already knew the outcome of that shit. It's like he saw everything that happened to Kobe Bryant happen right there in front of his eyes once again, bro. And I just don't understand LeBron James' point of view when it comes to him taking helicopter to get around, knowing what happened to Kobe. Of course, I know he's going to take the proper measures to get around safely, but bro, let's be real, bro. Why would you know, like, how shit goes out here? That shit is it just feels like a setup. It's incredibly odd to me to even want to move around like that, knowing one of your friends, somebody that you was very close to, has died in a helicopter. I don't, like, no. I get taking a helicopter once or twice, but bro, you want to take it every day? I can't get on a helicopter every day, bro. But when Shaq heard that shit, bro, you can just see his whole demeanor just shift, bro. Like, he felt that shit. Nah, when I heard about it, I was like, bro, why would you do that?
Let me get this straight. An autopsy revealed that Joe Fell's cause of death was hanging, and his manner of death was you know what. When I'm sure a lot of you are aware by now, he clearly mentioned in many videos, might I also mention, that if he were to die, he did not you know what. Literally nothing about his death makes any sense to me, especially how his girlfriend reacted, which if you didn't know, she said this: Joe Fells has left this earth and has finally found his free. What the f does that even mean? And who the makes a statement like that about somebody that you supposedly love? See, Joe wasn't just some random person, okay? This was a truth seeker that had been collecting rare, sacred, hidden, and lost editions of old and ancient book. He was literally in the process of scanning and uploading them as a free source on the internet. But just a couple of days before he was expected to do so, he ends up dead. And not just dead, but dead by something that he clearly stated he would never do. Thankfully, people are now going out of their way to collect this source material and upload it themselves. This is information that will alter your perspective of the reality around you. I will miss Joe very dearly.
Do y'all feel the girlfriend went about it accordingly, or you think she could have did better? What's your thoughts? I don't want to assume nobody did nothing. I don't want to say nobody did nothing if I don't know. But what's y'all thoughts? Is some shit looking weird there? Rest in peace. I need to know.
There is one thing I want to know the truth about before I pass, and that is, what is deja vu? I just heard and read the creepiest story ever, and I'm going to tell it to you because what the hell? It's genuinely made me think. So there's this intersection where this girl lives. It's her hometown, she knows it very well, and everyone there knows this intersection is dangerous because people do not pay attention to the lights. They don't listen whether it says red, green, they don't care. Everyone in that area that travels through the same intersection always says during the snow you have to guess whether you're okay to go. Even if the lights are green on your side, you have no idea if someone else on that intersection is just going to pass the red light. You can't see. Now this intersection is on this girl's route home from work. She takes it every day, all the time. And one time, right as she was about to go, she got deja vu, but it wasn't like a complete memory, it was just like a glimpse, and it scared the shit out of her because she ended up in a car accident, okay? And as she was processing that, a car comes flying round the corner as she's about to go, and if she would have moved an inch, it would have hit her on her side of the car, and she wouldn't have made it. That freaked her out, obviously. She went home, whatever. She comes to the next day where she's at this intersection again. She gets deja vu, but more memories are being added in, like clips, like they were missing. It got to a point that every time she was at this intersection and she had this memory, it was stopping her from getting into a car accident. Eventually, these memories got so scary, she said it was like I was having an out-of-body experience. I saw myself after a car accident fighting for my life. I was terrified. Obviously, that experience shook her up. It would shake me up. It would terrify me. So she chose to take the 10 minutes extra around the intersection so she didn't have to go that way. She thought everything was fine and it was just a creepy experience until her friend gives her a call to let her know that there'd been a fatal car accident in the same intersection with the same make of car, same colour, everything was down to a T. The only difference was it wasn't her in the car. She thinks that the deja vu is what saved her from that, and she says it was like it was another version of me that lived that wanted me to survive it. She also says that she believes it was supposed to be her, and it was the same make, colour, everything was the same about the car. The only reason she wasn't on that intersection is because of deja vu. And that just confuses me. What is deja vu? Everyone thinks it's a memory or like a funny thing, but how are you remembering something you've never done before? How do you have a clear vision of what happens next when you've never been in this situation before? The only thing you can say is it's another version of you somewhere else that has lived it, because these are your memories. It's from your point of view, but you've never lived it. I'm probably going to turn this into a series because I love creepy things and I love the way it makes you think. It really makes you look at reality and think, what is the world? As always, I love you. Thanks for watching. Bye.
I wish I'd never learned. Your bum hole has taste buds, which is why spicy food burns on the way out. Figs aren't considered vegan because of the high number of dead wasps inside them. Tarantulas can swim in the water. When a woman is giving birth, her large intestines can slip out her bum hole. You'll spend about 5,000 hours of your life simply looking for misplaced items. CNN has a pre-recorded broadcast that they plan to air when the world is ending. Voice actor for Peter Pan was only 30 when he was found dead in an abandoned warehouse covered in beer bottles and religious pamphlets and was unidentified for days. The average pair of dirty underwear contains 1/10 of a gram of poop, and when you put it in the washing machine, it just slowly starts coating the inside of your washing machine. Whether you're aware of it or not, you're constantly swallowing snot, and by the end of the day, you've averaged about 1 or 2 cups of snot consumption. Nightmare on Elm Street is based on a true story. Chickens we consume are often so overfed that by the time they're killed, they can't stand because their legs can't hold up their body. It's a phenomenon called ballooning where thousands of spiders will fall from the sky.
So we rented an Airbnb on Toledo, and I asked the host about all of this water and the AC vents. She said, oh, it's fine to run it with all that condensation in there. It's okay. So, I guess we're just gonna let it live like this forever. Pretty wild, if you ask me.
Never seen nothing like that before.
See, y'all thought I was crazy when I told you that the Cat in the Hat was trapped in a box in the Wax Museum. Well, I got some more information for you. Not only was the Cat in the Hat trapped in a box in a wax museum, he's now free. It's all starting to make sense. So his costume from the Cat in Hat 2003 is for sale at the prop auction online. So I'm prepared to do something crazy. I'm gonna place a bid. I'm gonna buy the Cat in the Hat costume, the original costume that Michael Myers wore. The bidding started at $6,000. I placed a bid, haven't met the reserve yet, but I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna buy this Cat in the Hat costume, you see. I'm gonna have it tested for human DNA. And I'm going to prove to you that Michael Myers was trapped in the wax museum in that suit all this time. He went mad. They finally released him. He was banging on the glass, going crazy. And now his costume is for sale. I don't know where Michael Myers is, but I'm going to prove to you that all this time when y'all said I was crazy, that he was never in a wax museum, it's not possible. He said, nah. He was. When I get this suit and I have it tested, I'm going to come back with the proof to prove to you that it all ties together and that he wore it up till like a few weeks ago.
Europe, check it out, family. Now, as a Stargate fan, that was my shit. I used to watch that all the time growing up on HBO. I always suspected that it was real. Now, this, what y'all see behind me, ain't AI. Allegedly, this person uploaded this on Reddit and hurry up and took it down. And we finna see a real Stargate activate. Y'all let me know what y'all think or feel about this in the comments. The veil is gone, y'all. It's Nathan there, Nathaniel's on front of grave. Shit is crazy. Check this out.
Okay, guys, still a work in progress, but here we go.
Unscheduled off-road activation.
And that dude who got on here talking about if he was a he'd be a mountain climber, he needs to be on every single watch list that there is.
My friend got to Las Vegas and then out to Los Angeles, and I want to tell the story to spread awareness about how easy it is to get trapped and how it happened to her. I have not heard from her for over 2 years normally, maybe 3 years normally. I sporadically hear from her when she's asking me for shmoola or in a really bad situation. So I want to just go through what happened to her. She was my mom's assistant at a fashion company, really smart girl, really bright girl, was a sketch artist designer for clothing. And she told us that she met a man on the internet through the gram, and he wanted to fly her to California and let her live out her dream in Los Angeles. So initially I was suspicious, but I also, as a friend, sorry, this eyebrow's wonky because my Daxify is setting in. Wait, hold on. So I was a little bit like suspicious. And she was like, he's going to fly me out to LA. We're going to meet. We're going to have a great time. So he did initially. He flew her out to LA. He put her up in the Dream Hotel, which I have a lot of friends that work in show business in LA. And they're like, the Dream Hotel is notorious for allegedly. And she was going and she was really pretty and she had her like sun hats and she was like living the Julia Roberts like pretty woman dream. So eventually she says to us, I'm not moving to LA right away. He wants to take me to Vegas. So she goes to Vegas, gets put up in hotels, and things started to kind of get shady. She obviously was using her skin, her teeth started falling out. And then the next thing we know, she moves to Los Angeles and communication goes completely silent. So for a couple months out in LA, we don't hear from her. She FaceTimes me and she is complete, like from head to toe. She lost about 45 pounds. Her apartment was full of allegedly, stolen goods that she was helping move, handbags, jewelry, clothing, completely scary. And I told her that I didn't want to be involved. I didn't want to associate with this. This was really scaring me. And we would be on FaceTime, and these men would break into her apartment, take backpacks full of, and completely just vanish. And she started vanishing even more and more and more. And then eventually I get a FaceTime a few months later, and she was in a car with 7 other women, like a Suburban. And all of a sudden this guy comes out of nowhere and is like, get off the damn FaceTime. Get off the damn FaceTime. No one can know where you are. So he put her into that line of work where she was standing on the corner, barely able to make rent, barely able to pay electric, to pay for other things that she was doing, which were not appropriate. And she became a severe drinker and user of certain substances. And the last time I heard from her, her mother had passed away. And the last time I heard from her, she was asking me for donations. And I explicitly said, I'm more than happy to get you a job here in the tri-state if you give me your resume, but I will not be giving you anything. So pretty much, long story short, this guy, met her on the gram, put her into this line of work, is keeping her, quote unquote, hostage in the state of California. She's not able to travel back here because he has taken her passport, license, any ability to, even her cards. Like, she has no cards. She has no ability to get back here. I don't really want to help her anymore because I've tried so hard. I also don't feel safe in the situation because somehow after seeing this man on FaceTime, somebody tried to break into my house. So I just have a lot of, unfortunately, bad scenarios with this. And it's so easy for young girls to fall into this exact type of. And especially with all these apps now, these young girls, oh, I have modeling opportunities. Oh, I have like music opportunities. Oh, I have this. And it's like, it's one whole big thing. And you have to be so careful. And even if you don't have a good relationship with your parents, someone needs to know where you are. Someone needs to know at all times. I don't care if it's an AirTag. I don't care if it's a phone. I don't care if it's like literally an AirTag in your shoe, or in your panties. And I've been unable to successfully rescue her from this. And be careful out there. Stop listening to these older women tell you about the type of lives you could lead if you move to a major city like Miami, Vegas, LA. They're just as bad as the men. They're looking to sweep you up and put you into a life that you can't leave.
You guys about the lady that was shoving cat litter up her cooter. Now we have a new one. I have a good buddy that works at a hospital, and a good friend of hers works in another hospital and told her the story, and she told me. So apparently there was a girl. Now you got to remember, both of these women work in the mental health unit. But this girl, she was like 25, 26. She was a young girl, and she noticed that she had a funny smell down there. Every time she'd wipe, it'd be like a dark yellow, it'd be a lot of like mucus, and she was like, it smells and it's like bad down there, and I want to figure it out. So she goes to the internet and she sees this girl talking about how garlic can help with your pH balance, and she's like, oh my god, that's such a wonderful idea. I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take garlic cloves and I'm gonna shove one up in there every day. And so a couple weeks of doing this, obviously things are getting worse, and she's like, oh my gosh, like I must be raging with infection down there that the garlic isn't doing it. So she goes to the hospital. She makes an appointment for herself, and she sits down with the nurse, and she's like, yes, I think I have an infection down there. It smells like I'm getting like a brown, like mucusy, like substance. Sometimes it's a little green. It's really gross, and it's just getting worse. And the nurse is like, oh my gosh, how long has this been going on for? And she's been like, it's been going on for some time now, but I've been doing the garlic treatment and I thought that would help, and it's just not helping. And so the nurse, it wants her to elaborate. She's like, what do you mean by the garlic treatment? Like, what are you talking about? Like, I know that garlic can be good for helping your pH, but how much are you taking? Is it a liquid? Is it a pill? Like, Are you just eating, like, what kind of garlic treatment are you talking about, you know? And the girl goes on to explain, well, I was on TikTok and I saw this girl talking about the garlic treatment, so I thought, you know, mine is really bad, and instead of taking a supplement, I will just take whole garlic cloves and just shove it up in there, and then it can get directly to the source, and the antioxidants in the garlic can immediately go to work and start working on the stuff that's the thing that's whatever's wrong down there. And the nurse is like, okay, how long have you been doing this? And she's like, you know, I've been doing this for a couple weeks now, and it's just not getting any better. And so the nurse asks her, are they coming out? Are you taking them out? Are they expelling themselves? Is there a month's worth of garlic in you right now? And the girl says, well, most of them have come out. Like 99% of them have come out, but a couple of them have stayed in there. But she says she's not worried about it, because what she thinks happened is that the infection is raging so badly that the antioxidants were immediately used up and dispersed to fight the infection. And that's why the 1 or 2, 3, 4, not 100% sure garlic chunks haven't come out yet. They haven't come out because, well, they've disintegrated, because they're used up. The antioxidants have been eaten, and they have helped the problem. So the solution to this was to undergo, I don't remember what it's called. They go in there and they're going to look around and make sure that they're going to clean out the debris. They're going to clean it out. Not 100% sure how many garlic cloves were in there, but there was debris that they had to clear out and get out and clean it out. Get it real nice and clean again, you know, clean her out. And then she got some medication. And, you know, they explained to her that the garlic can be great. Garlic can be really great for your pH balance. So can kombucha, yogurt. There's lots of things you can do. A pineapple, I hear, is good for pH balance. You know, things like that. But externally, well, not externally, but via your mouth. Not the other way. So yeah, you know what? Women power, but just don't do that. Yeah.
Another thing, whatever root was put on Perez Hilton, that was some nasty mother magic, baby. And if you don't think that was spiritual in nature, I need you to wake up. I seen the video. I felt that root. Perez Hilton sometimes come up on my FYP, and he recently, within the last 2 years, has been like on this apologizing accountability spree. I think whoever did this to him, he did wrong years ago. That person is petty like me. I will let your ass think I forgot and wait 2 and 3 years to do some shit. And it wasn't just a regular Joe Smo that did this. And it wasn't just your average practitioner. This is priestess type of activity. And whoever did this didn't do it themselves, but they paid big money to have it done. And whoever this was publicly humiliated by him. And so they wanted him to publicly humiliate himself. Y'all think I'm playing? Deadass. I'm going to be dropping a deep dive into that whole situation over on that other app. But this is your friendly reminder. Do good and be good. Because you might run into the will wait patiently.
Every single time after he was a victim, he would call 911 and confess to the victim and be like, there was this woman that he met. Her name was Karen Patek. He met her after a New Year's Eve type of party, and he offered her a ride home and ended up beating her, fracturing her skull. But she's one of the lucky ones that across this 18-year-old girl named Kimberly Compton. Same thing. He offered her a ride home. He ended up brutally this girl with Nice Pick a bunch of times, bro. And the reason why they call him the weepy whining killer, every single time after he would kill the victim, he would call 911 and confess to the victim and be like, I don't know why I'm doing this, I can't control it, I just somebody, can you guys please come to this place? They always showed up, but he would always get away from the police or whatever. And I'm gonna show you those 911 calls, bro, because it's definitely fucking eerie as
Like emergency.
That's one of the calls, right?
Yo, that sounds disturbing.
These are the other ones.
And finally, I just stabbed somebody with a nightstick. I can't stop myself. I keep killing somebody. That's right. There's a kid laying on the ground in the back by the railroad tracks, by the engine. Hurry. What's the address? I don't know. Who are you?
One of his last victims, she was able to escape and make it to the hospital on time before she bled out.
How did she even escape?
She basically fought back. She had hit him with like a glass bottle that cut him and stuff, right? And that gave her enough time to run away and find some help. And at the hospital, whenever she was a little bit more conscious, the authorities asked her what happened. Can you describe us how this guy looked or whatever? And coincidentally enough, the weepy whining killer, he ends up showing.
I wanted to hear the rest. Look, collective, y'all came through rocking today. Y'all came with some crazy shit that I ain't never heard. Shit that's hitting the emotion, which is needed sometimes. Because, I mean, we need to know the really shit that's going on. Let me know y'all thoughts. Y'all rocking today. Appreciate y'all sending all this.
Boomers. 7 years ago, we bought our house for $100. Cash. We're Gen X. We're millennials. We survived 9/11, Y2K, and the Oregon Trail. Sure, we went to the club and business casual, but we lived. You're welcome for everything cool. Millennials are so cringe. We are Gen Alpha. In 6-7 years, we're going to be the new adults, and people are pretty freaked out about that. But our cycle-breaking millennial parents are going to make sure we have elite taste in music. Skibbity! Look what I can do. Can you do this?
Was that accurate or was it not? Let me know.
You heard about Lover's Leap?
No.
No. There's a huge, I guess you can call it a mountain there on Pacheco Pass. And you can see birds or crows are circling around. And there's a whole history about a couple that apparently died.
We'll have to look that up.
Look for Lover's Leap.
Lover's Leap?
Pacheco Pass, and there's a whole history about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Drop down a comment, let us know if you guys heard about that.
I think a lot of people know, and that's a whole story, but I would love to go to that place.
I'm not going. No. Well, when you went there, what did you experience?
I was like, okay, so I followed the story of people, what they were saying. So I was like, okay, I got to look it up exactly what happened here. I look at the van that they found of the syrup. So I went to that spot. And that's where I guess once you know like what happened there, people that like their stories, then you follow kind of that trail, and then you start experiencing stuff. So that's exactly what happened.
Great.
Europe, check it out, family. Yeah, y'all seen that, right? The veil is gone, it's Nathan there. Nathaniel's, a lot of signs is being shown. And since 2020 started, it been back-to-back events in the sky. Also, my question is, if we share the same sky and only got one sun, how do one part of the world go through something like this and the other part still see the sun? Y'all let me know in the comments if I'm tweaking or not, but on Photo Grave, shit is crazy.
When they showed that early in the video, I thought the same thing. Early in the clips.
What's it's blowing up. People are saying that this is a Kobe Bryant ritual for LeBron. So many coincidences. This is damn near Messi level. LeBron James passed Kobe Bryant in scoring in Philadelphia.
Oh, really?
And exactly at 7:24 in the third quarter.
Yeah.
He signed to Philly on 7:24. The date.
Oh.
What was the date yesterday? 24. Yeah. And a day later, Kobe passed away. Literally. LeBron James is currently 41 years old. Kobe passed when he was 41 years old, and he was born in Philly. LeBron James is entering his 24th season and signed for a veteran minimum of $8 million. 24-8. Why would LeBron ever sign for a veteran like minimum? He can get a maximum contract anywhere else. LeBron James signed for $8 million? That's unheard of, fam.
Yeah, it's like ritualistic
That's
a little
unheard
bit.
of. And he spent 8 seasons with the Lakers.
Whoa.
The 2026-27 season will be the NBA's 81st season.
Kobe scored
Bryant.
81.
81 buckets. There's too much, fam.
And guess what?
What?
LeBron signed this
Yes.
on the same day King James became king.
Really? Oh my god.
Search it up.
July 20.
They on point. I'm gonna just point out one. Maybe I'm wrong, but the second apron is like a new, contract thing that causes players to have to sign for certain. That's all they. I'm not quite sure about the Sixers, but is that all they could offer them at that point? Because I remember they said he was gonna take a vet minimum wherever he went, because the money's tight. Like they don't want to hit that luxury tax. Let me know your thoughts though. They on point. I'm not disagreeing. I'm not dismissing what they saying. I'm actually on point with what they saying. But what's y'all thoughts? And I never asked y'all this, but to my NBA people, because y'all know NFL season approaching. We gonna get there. Let's talk about this though. Who y'all got? Is it Mike? Is it Kobe? Is it Bron? Who y'all got as y'all GOAT? Is it Wilt? Is it Bill? Or is it Kareem? Who is y'all GOATs? Who is y'all GOATs? I gotta know. Who y'all think got that top spot? To my NBA fans. I know some people talk about bread and circuses and all that. I get that. But there's people in here who do still rock with it. Who still watch the games. Even though they know what it is. It's entertainment. What do y'all think? So, answer that. I gotta ask y'all.
So you're telling me that Walmart wants to put people in jail who come into their store and offer to buy other people's groceries? You heard what I just said? Walmart banned this man, Damon Darling, from coming into all their establishment because he offers to buy people's groceries. Oh, you don't believe me, right? Look at this shit.
But you know you're not allowed. Why ain't I? I'm just buying people's groceries.
And this is even more crazy.
Get issued trespass warnings from Walmart. Okay, you guys are no longer allowed to go to any Walmarts, any Sam's Clubs, or any Murphy gas station for life. Okay, so it is a life ban from Walmart.
Who's issuing that?
What?
Who's issuing that?
Walmart is.
So this man basically goes into different stores and he helps people. Something that's super rare right now. This man is spreading love. And with the economy the way it is right now, people don't have a lot of money. So he's helping people that don't have a lot of money. He's buying food and other things for people that don't have a lot of money. But Walmart thinks this is a problem. So they banned this man from every single one of their establishments. Mind you, Walmart ain't just saying that you can't buy other people's groceries. Walmart is telling him that if you go to any Walmart anywhere in this country, you're getting locked up. And they're doing all of that because he's buying people groceries. You see where we at right now? But people will find every reason to support these multi-billion-dollar companies. And every day, these multi-billion-dollar companies show you that they don't care about you. This man is simply helping people in a time of need. And Walmart said, you can't help people in a time of need. Let them be broke and let them spend their money with me.
Kardashian use occult magic to create a $4 billion brand. This is an Enneagram. It's not a personality test. It's a step-by-step formula how to create anything and everything. I'm a master of it. All magic begins with a decision right here at the top. I'm going to make a shapewear company. By spiritual law, if you decide with enough conviction, the next 2 steps are easy. Get the team together, find the manufacturer. It's so early into the game. At point 3, we hit our first real roadblock. Kanye's out. But that limitation at point 4 shows Kim what she's made of. He gets everything ready on the back end at point 5. Then the next big obstacle comes in. Obstacles are a part of creation and you have to know this. When you know where they are, you don't let them stop you. Obstacle number 2, sourcing issues. She makes all of this product. It's ready to go to market. She introduces it to the press and the last obstacle almost takes her out. Last obstacle almost takes everyone out. But she knew this. She renames it and succeeds. Follow me for more.
Also find it to be intriguing. Right here is the train station. But then look, this is another Tartarian building. Look how it goes down. And this is the train station. Let's keep walking. Just look at the front. Look at this building. Let's get to the front of the building. It's so majestic. This is a castle.
So I check into my hotel room and immediately see this. You see that line under the door? Is this a smuggling tunnel? What is this? What the? Let's see what's going on here. This is crazy. This is a hotel. Let's stick it all the way in.
You guys, I think I found it. This is the big one. This guy said, look into the Parliament building in Romania that was built in the 80s, and you're not gonna believe the fucking story on this one. So this is the biggest building in the world, the heaviest building. It weighs over 9 billion pounds. 4.5 million tons, and it went up in the 80s. And there's not a single construction photo of it. This is all I could find. Look, they are digging it out. And look, it's dirty, it's messy, it needs to be cleaned off. It's supposed to be brand new. And then this is the other one with some stuff up next to it, but it's finished. Guys, the story's so stupid. It said that this dictator really wanted a palace, and so he had a competition, and this 28-year-old chick, when she was 28, won it. She was in charge of 700 architects and like 10,000, 30,000, the number doesn't matter, laborers. It said a lot of it was forced labor and that the army helped. These aren't even skilled craftsmen. Guys, what in the fuck? There's not a photo of the construction. I dare anyone, please go look. I looked and looked and I couldn't find a single photo of the construction of this magnificent place they say was built in the 80s. Do you see what I'm talking about? They just print shit. They just lie in front of you, and they have guns and you don't. And that's all of our history books. We're like, they couldn't pull the wool over our eyes. We knew what was going on into the 20s, the 30s, the 40s. You don't know shit. You didn't know about the biggest building in the world and that there's not a single construction photo for it other than the one of them digging it out. I think this is the smoking gun of smoking guns, unless someone can prove me wrong and say, no, they absolutely built this palace for Parliament under a sociopathic dictator. Had this chick built? What are we talking? How is she not celebrated? How is this not the most talked about person on earth? You all know about Mr. Eiffel. This chick rivals him. What a ridiculous, ridiculous narrative.
I genuinely believe when they did all this and they covered up history, I don't think they really thought it all the way through. I don't think they knew that we would pick up on it or start asking the questions that we asking. Don't seem like it to me. What y'all think?
Have you ever looked at old photos from the 1800s and wondered why everyone was so dressed up? We are told it is just progress, but the story doesn't make sense. For a long time, we are told people were just struggling to survive. Then suddenly, in the 1800s, everyone started wearing suits, big dresses, corsets, and top hats. But what if that wasn't a time of work at all? What if that was the millennium, a time of peace where there was no need to labor for survival? Does that explain why they were so well dressed? They weren't working in fields or factories. They were living in a period of rest and abundance where they were free to focus on beauty, art, and order. It looks like everyone was a part of a big, beautiful act. Some people who study history look at the amazing buildings from back then and wonder if that time was actually different from what we were told in school. Was it a time of extreme order and peace or something else entirely? Then look at how things changed. After the 1900s, all of that fancy dress code went away. Everything became cheap, mass-produced, and centered around work. We went from the high-quality, perfect look of that peaceful era to the total opposite: sweatpants, basic t-shirts, and workout clothes. This isn't just about fashion, it is about how we behave. Those fancy clothes from back then were about presence and beauty. The modern move to lounge clothes is not just about being comfortable. It is like we were told to settle for less. We went from a time where people lived in peace and took pride in their look to a time where everyone looks the same and is forced to work and consume. The question is not why they were so well dressed back then, but why we were told to stop and who wanted us to stop living in that peace. And my biggest question is, almost every image that I have seen back in this era, they are wearing long sleeves. Not every single person, but the majority of them are wearing long sleeves. It doesn't matter what city or state or what time of year, they are always wearing long sleeves. That is so puzzling to me. Does anybody know why?
According to a follower who worked on an oil rig out in the Gulf, he said there are things living or moving out in the open ocean that don't show up on any maps, sonar, or any type of training manuals. Now, this story was sent to me by a guy named Tyler, and according to him, he spent almost 4 years working offshore on an oil rig out in the Gulf. And he said before taking the job, he expected the typical things like storms, equipment failures, long shifts, isolation, missing his kids. But what he never expected was to be genuinely afraid of what was beneath the water. Not, more than any other normal person is of weird things, right? But Tyler said one of the first things that you learn while working offshore is that the ocean at night has a whole different feel to it. And anybody that was in the Navy or been on a cruise ship, because once the sun disappears, you're standing on a steel platform hundreds of miles from land with nothing around you except that black water stretching out to the horizon forever. No lights, no roads, no houses, no noise, just complete darkness and silence. And according to Tyler, after midnight, the ocean almost seems to come alive in its own creepy way. The first strange thing that he noticed happened during his second month while working out there. It was around 2 in the morning, and he had stepped outside during a break to smoke a cigarette and watch the waves go by. And that's when he saw it. It was a light deep beneath the water. Not like bioluminescence or not like a reflection of anything. He said it was a single bright blue light moving quickly beneath the surface. And at first he thought maybe it was like a large fish, maybe the way the moonlight was hitting the water, until it suddenly changed direction, like straight upward, and stopping only a few feet beneath the rig. And Tyler said it hovered there for a little bit and it was perfectly still, just watching. And then it shot off into the darkness faster than anything he'd ever seen move underwater like that. And he later had asked one of the older workers about it, and the man simply just laughed at him and said, "Oh, so you've seen them?" And Tyler was like, what? Like, what do you mean? And the older worker just shrugged it off and he's like, well, it just depends on who you ask. Some call them spirits, others call them the visitors. Most of us just don't talk about them. He's like, you'll just learn to just deal with it. And at first, Tyler assumed they were maybe messing with the new guy. It's pretty typical, until the noises started. And he said around 4 in the morning, they'd occasionally hear sounds coming from below the rig. Not like any whales or dolphins or machinery. He described them as long, mournful calls, almost like someone singing underwater. Sometimes it sounded feminine, and other times it sounded almost mechanical, but not the rig itself. He said there's a very clear distinction. And other times, like he said, it just sounded like metal groaning from somewhere deep below. And every single time that those noises would happen, the ocean around the platform became unnaturally calm. There were no waves, no wind, just nothing, just complete silence, he said. And Tyler said one of the creepiest incidents happened about a year into the job. And one night, several workers were gathered around the railing after hearing splashing coming from underneath. And they expected to see, dolphins or, maybe like a school of, sharks or whatever. But instead, they saw multiple lights moving beneath their platform. And there were dozens of them. They were blue, they were green, they were white, and they were all swimming in circles around the support legs of the rig. And it was way too coordinated, he said, for it to be fish, or way too fast for it to be divers or anything else. And one of the younger workers joked that maybe there were secret military drones underneath, but nobody laughed it off, because one of the oldest rig workers standing nearby, he made a comment. He said something along the lines of like, well, they're back earlier than usual this year. And Tyler, being new, had asked him, like, what do you mean by that? And, you know, the guy kind of like waved it off and refused to answer. He didn't really want to talk about it anymore. And then he walked back inside, and the lights remained there for almost 20 minutes afterwards. They were circling, they were stopping, moving again, and almost as if they were inspecting the structure itself. And then all at once, they just disappeared straight down into the darkness. He said it looked like they just took a plummeting dive down. And Tyler says people still tell him, you know, maybe he was probably tired. People that don't work on the rig say that. Maybe overworked, imagining things, but he swears on everything that he saw those lights and he knows that they're real. And according to him, about 6 months before leaving the rig, he woke up one morning after work, and, you know, he was working all night, and he woke up and he stepped outside of his little cabin, and 30 feet above the ocean was a wet human-like handprint on the window, his window, pressed against the glass from the outside. There's no way to access it from the bottom. And he says he never found out who or what left it there, but whatever lives beneath those rigs, he said, knows when you're watching. And he said
people don't know how insidious and how involved witchcraft is in our world. They're totally blind to it. Like the root word, like our English language is an occultic language. It's witch tongue, actually. We are speaking, this is witch tongue. And it comes from English, which is angelish, which is the fallen angels that with the women and bore the Nephilim, which is these giants that were perversions of God's creation. And it, you know, it derives from Anglo-Saxon, supposedly, which is Angelo, which is angelo, okay? And Saxon is sexon, it's sect. It means part of. Angel it means a fisherman. It means a part of a fisherman. That's what it means. No, it doesn't. But here's the thing, like it is intentionally created language to deceive you. That's why this language is called grammar and spelling. Do you know what spelling means? It means spell casting. Do you know what grammar means? Grammar is for the root word grimoire. And if you type into etymology.com, type in etymology of grammar, it will tell you it means mumbo jumbo, witchcraft, incantation, spells. Grammar is the root word for witchcraft. It's where we get like Grimm, like the Brothers Grimm, or the Grimm fairy tales, or grimoire is the old books of witchcraft. That's what they were saved in. Okay, so gram, this word is witchcraft. That's why it's called Instagram, telegram. They're telling you instant witchcraft. That's why I had you take all the skulls out, by the way.
I was gonna get to that.
Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want that stuff in there because it's like I'll do your podcast, sure, bro. We'll talk, but like get that skull stuff out of here. Get this stuff out of the background. That's not of God. It's not love. It's death, bro.
I appreciate the knowledge. I appreciate the gems. He went further with it. We took that rabbit hole. If y'all been here, y'all remember, but we didn't go that far. Well, we went far, but he went another angle. I appreciate it. What's y'all thoughts, man? Let me know. How was today's rollout? I know y'all hate this part of the video, man, but y'all know he made it to the end of this. If you haven't already, forget to hype and share the video as well. Please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we come up with about 4 videos every Smooth 7. This is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Glade to grow, helps Glade to get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate you for watching TV, whatever the case is. I wish it was Smooth 7. I love y'all, Glade. Till I see y'all in the next one. Y'all know what it is. We gone.
Ay, I just check my account. Sheesh, at the amount. You probably know it.